Looks like I gotta make another video here on Vikings quarterback JJ McCarthy, or as he calls himself, his own sort of self-created, self-made alter ego 9, because it's the number he wears on his jersey, on his uniform. He created this stupid little alter ego, and he, is speaking in the third person now, and he thinks he's a cartoon character. I don't know what the fuck. The guy might have problems. I don't fucking know, but he definitely has problems on the football field. That's for damn sure. Because the dude is literally just throwing chungus balls. He's literally just throwing it up there. Like, he doesn't know what he's looking at. His arm strength is hilarious. He can't throw into tight NFL windows. The ball floats in the air. It gives the DB time to react. Any quality safety in the NFL is going to be able to break the passes up, and we saw that today. And I mean, he's just a pathetic quarterback. From what I'm seeing, this guy's not even close to being a starter. Oh wow, he had a below average last game that people glazed. Good, he can have that, right? But every other start in his pitiful fucking career so far has been literal garbage, been unacceptable, making Caleb Williams look like a fucking superstar. At least Caleb Williams has a clutch gene. At least Caleb Williams can lead his team down the field and fucking score. JJ McCreampuff can't do that. He just doesn't know what the fuck that even is, right? It really just is pathetic how fucking bad this guy is. Wasting a relatively high overall draft pick to draft a quarterback that was known for throwing nothing but underneath fucking throws and handing the ball off to star running backs in his collegiate career was never going to be a good idea, and quite simply put, was never going to pan out. He had game manager stats, he played like a game manager, he had game manager film, and he had a cream puff arm on film. It was just like, a quarterback like that should never be picked that fucking high. Maybe in the 5th round, I don't know. And he has very erratic tendencies where he looks like he doesn't know where he is. Like, he doesn't even belong on an NFL field, where he's circling around, where he's trying to make some fucking miracle happen, or he's just standing in the pocket blindly, and he's not looking at anything. He's like looking at nothing. He's looking into the void, into the goddamn void. And once again, he created this little alter ego for himself, and it's going to make people hate him really quick, and there's already people making memes and jokes about it, which are rightfully, so deserved, because if you're going to give yourself an alter ego and you're going to be trash at quarterback, people are going to make fun of you for being trash and having an alter ego, right? The same goes for midget Russell Wilson, who is just a horrible quarterback, right? And he fucking blows at his age. But as for McCarthy, I guess there's still time to learn and develop in this league, but I mean, what skill has JJ McCarthy shown? The skill to throw the ball to the other team? To throw fucking burger tungus balls to the other team? He's shown that as a phenomenal skill. If you need a tank commander, someone who's going to get you a top 10 draft pick, who's going to float the worst picks you've ever seen, JJ McCreampuff is your fucking guy. But if you want to be a serious organization, in the NFL and win football games and make the playoffs, there's no way a quarterback like McCarthy is even going to come close to cutting it. Let's fucking call spade to spade here, folks. It's a guy who doesn't have what it takes. From what I'm seeing, he has very bad tendencies. He makes mistakes. All of his deep passes hang in the air, every one of them. They're all floating in the air. He cannot put drive on passes past 30 yards down the field. The ball will float in the air. And he has like a Tua arm. Like, I think it's like a bit better than Tua, but we're talking about the same wavelength of arm strength here. It really does just flutter in the air. Like, and you really do give your receiver no chance, because he has to camp under it like it's a fucking punt. And you want to be able to run in stride, run through the football as a wide receiver catching a deep pass from your QB. And I mean, Jefferson's got to be just shitting himself right now. Like, this guy is so fucking bad, it's not even funny. All the receivers and any offensive weapon on the fucking Vikings team have to be going, looking at themselves long and hard in the mirror like, I signed up for this motherfucker to be my quarterback. And he can't even give me the fucking ball because it's a fucking chungus fucking floater in the fucking air. He really does throw these fucking high-arcing, floaty passes. It's not something that, once again, you can do that against Akron and Rutgers, right? You can do that against these cream puff scrub fucking teams with no NFL talent to be spoken of whatsoever. But when you're in the fucking big league with the big boys and you're playing in the NFL, that shit is literally the definition of a no-fly zone, something you never even think of doing in the first place. That here he is, live in the NFL, just doing it because he fucking feels like it, because he doesn't know any better, because He's maybe stuck a bit in college ways, and the game looks too fast for him is what I'm trying to say, right? In a bit of a nutshell, the game looks far too fast for JJ McCarthy right now. His processing is okay. It's not up to par, but I mean, it's below average, but isn't great. I mean, he's just horrendous with accuracy. He gives his receivers no chance half the time to even come down with the fucking ball. And it's not like they're playing in a fucking swirling wind, like it's 50 miles an hour and the ball just goes in erratic directions because they're playing in a fucking hurricane, right? He's playing indoors in an indoors fucking stadium, and he actually still can't complete routine throws. And once again, you know, when it comes crunch time, he just starts running around and he sucks. Like, it's so obvious the guy's horrible. But, I mean, the Vikings have nowhere else to go. They have no other quarterback to turn to. It's either you go to him or Max Brosmer. And Brosmer was what, like a 7th round draft selection? Or undraftable free agent fucking signing? Rookie quarterback? Do you want to trust him or the dude that you picked, you know, in the first round with, you know, supposedly some sort of potential to be a good quarterback in this league? Which you've yet to see. I don't care about his last game where he played like a game manager and barely won. I don't give a fuck who he beat. I don't care if he beat the fucking greatest fucking team of all time. I don't give a flying fuck who he beat and what his stats were. That was last game. This was this game. In this game, he fucking sucked. I don't want to hear anything about any previous game because he sucked for 4 games now. He has been shit for 4 games. I'm not even going to count that last game as a good game. He was fucking horrible. Just because he had 1 or 2 decent little fucking throws doesn't make him a good quarterback. We need to stop with this whole agenda that, oh my god, he had a couple good runs and like 2 good throws, and that means he had a great game. Playing a great game means you were consistently good throughout the whole game, not you were good for 1 quarter, or you were good for 3 throws and 2 runs, or whatever the case may be, right? Because this fucking guy is the definition of good for 2 passes, 3 runs a game, and that's it. Every other play is a disaster waiting to happen. And the Vikings really have nowhere to go. They have no one to turn to, no backup quarterback. Wentz is out for the rest of the season. Wentz sucked, but he was way fucking better compared to them when you compare him to the scrub. And once again, his alter ego is getting him clowned all over social media. And once again, I do truly believe he fucking deserves it, and even more. If you're going to be willing to do something as stupid as that, you better be willing to take the criticism that comes with it. So I've named myself Mr. Truth, and I've received the, you know, insult Mr. Lie 100 million fucking times. I know that, and it comes with the territory of doing YouTube, right? I know that. I understand that. So I hope this guy has a good head on his shoulders because he is going to get fucking lambasted by everybody. Minnesota fans, I mean, I don't know how you can be happy with this, right? This guy, I know he missed his rookie year, but he's literally in his 2nd year in the system. He looks like he doesn't understand any of the plays. He's just ad-libbing half the time. It's crazy. He doesn't know how to play within the structure of this offense. He looks lost. He doesn't know where half the fucking players are going. I mean, he obviously can't read defenses. He gets through progressions okay, but I mean, that's just a one thing that's moderately adequate at best. And his decision making is truly astonishing at times. I mean, once again he throws chungus balls where he's just throwing it into coverage, and it's a floating pass. What do you think is going to happen with these pro players? They're going to camp under it, and they're going to get interception. That's what happened fucking twice, where through 2 floating high. He can't throw deep ball, right? He had 1 good deep pass, and it was in the 1st quarter, and nobody cared about it because the rest of the game was dog shit. So yeah, Minnesota is in a bad way right now. They have no quarterback. Their coach is going to be stubborn with this scrub and keep him fucking, you know, starting, and he's going to, you know, ride or die with this fucking scrub quarterback, right? And he can do that. He can do that all he wants, but I hope, you know, Kevin O'Connell eventually comes to the terms that this is not an NFL quarterback. I'm not saying move off of him now. I'm saying you give him a short leash. If he sucks in the first half of the next game, you yank him, right? You say, you can't play. You can't play. We're going to develop you on the bench, and that's that, right? There's a reason they sort of soft benched him for Wentz when he was, you know, healthy enough to play in a game. It was because he was fucking horrible. And once again, 1 fluke, quote-unquote, good game doesn't mean he's a good quarterback or he, you know, turned the corner. He still sucks, right? Ravens defense is trash, and they made, you know, he made them look good. And that's all that really needs to be said. That's all that really needs to be said about JJ McCarthy. He's making a bad defense look good, and he's making himself look bad as well, man. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.